Good morning, good morning, good morning. As the disco ball turns. Good morning. You are having a hot cocoa with Nix this morning. How are you? Happy birthday. Congratulations. Happy opening of the eyes. Just for Pete's sake. How are you? Hopefully, everything is good. You're feeling great this morning. You did your stretches. You've had at least 8 ounces of water, or you're going to get to it. Now it's the time for you to have water before bed and as soon as you wake up. Why? Because this is good for your spine. It helps keep your spine hydrated. Because as you get older, those discs start to dry out, and you don't want to be in the habit of being dry all the time. No pun intended. What I'm saying is, water is life. And if your body is made up of 90, maybe 85% water, because they say 80, I think it's a little bit more than that, then you're going to definitely need it, especially if you want to stand tall. Yep, look it up. Drinking plenty of water also increases your chances of keeping your discs hydrated enough so that they don't deteriorate very, very fast. Okay? All right. Now that you got that, let's go. How are you this morning? Hopefully, everything is fine. Yay. You woke up. You got your present for today. What are you going to do with it? Have you written anything down? Do you have a list? Do you have things that you put to the side that you really could get done? You should try to get that done. It's spring, so you should have swept out the yard. You should have swept the porch by now. Should have gone out and seen what needed to be fixed or what needed to be brought. Me myself, I bought some caulking because I've got some home projects that I want to do. Um, and I've got some backsplash that I wanted to work with, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I just look at it because I haven't formulated how I wanted to go in about it yet. I've also got a few other projects I want to finish, but hey, I'm going to need a measuring thing for it. Look out, Home Depot. Here I come. How's everybody doing? And happy birthday to those who are in Aries season. We are rounding out and we're about to head straight into Taurus in about 6 days. Yep, about 6 days. We'll be heading into Taurus. And then we'll be grounded again. I think, what is Taurus? I think Taurus is the next, something like that. Taurus is something. So, I've been reading my book, and I've come to the summary that this is more than about petty politics. This is also laying a lot of groundwork. This also is basically giving almost the same recipe that I gave in Inside Gossip, but it's giving it more on the law side of it. So from the part that I wrote from, I kind of wrote from a familiar, um, the family side of things, the home side of things. From his point of view, he wrote from the law side of things. So if I put all of those things together, we've got a bit of nasty work going on. And it comes to find out that the things that you think are structured, and institutions that you think are doing this, everybody's doing that. And only the people who actually paid attention to the laws, rules, and constitutions and things of that nature, we're the only ones trying to uphold it. Ain't that a and it's come to my attention, the more earthly reward they get for not keeping this thing up, the worse it gets. And the easier it is to recruit people, because now we've got a bunch of people who are scared to lose the things that they've gotten in the wrong way anyway. So Once they get to a certain limit, then they send someone else in to threaten that existence. And next thing you know, the Hunger Wars has started again and again and again and again and again. So protect yourself from the narcissists, protect yourself from the energy vampires, and protect your foundation. Protect your foundation. For some reason, if you could get yourself on solid ground and maintain solid ground without letting yourself be infiltrated, you'll do better. You'll do better off. You'll make better choices. Even if you do end up on the wrong side for a bit, you'll be quicker to come back over once you understand what you've gotten yourself into. Am I making myself clear? I don't know. You'll clear it up for yourself. I know you will. I trust that you will. And if you don't, it'll be a slow burn and you'll wake up one day, you'll be driving one day, you get on the elevator one day, you'll be on the escalator one day, and you'll be like, you know what? That super eclectic chick was kind of right. And maybe she's not so eclectic. Maybe it is kind of smart to appreciate variety, because that's what it's here for. It's not here to conform. It's not here to fit your view at every point, because if it fit your view at every point, how could you get another view? So we all need to learn how to embrace variety without being so goddamn offended. If you don't like it, mind your business. Okay? All right, let's go. So, thank you, Father God, for another day on this earth. And we can, yes, live heaven on this earth, because they plan on putting us through hell anyway. So, Psalm 75, are you ready? Let's go. Unto thee, O God, do we give thanks. Unto thee do we give thanks, for that thy name is near, thy wondrous works declare. When I shall receive the congregation, I will judge uprightly. The earth and all the inhabitants thereof are dissolved. I bear up the pillars of it, Selah. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. Guess where? But God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. That's that seesaw. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. But I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the God of Jacob. All the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. Amen. All right, I'll say this of karma, because some people, I believe, think that other people are relishing in their karma. Those that be upright, those that are of the chosen, most of the time, if you see us trying to smile, it's because we've gone through so many things that what's left is to be grateful, because it could have been worse. Sometimes when we're giving you messages and we have a bit of a giggle or a laugh, you have to understand that we're passing through our own memories as well as yours. And we're remembering some quite silly things that we've gone through too. And this is why we're able to give you certain messages and say things in certain ways, is because we've gone through it and we know how to be tactful and put a little bit of humor in it, because the world, if everyone sat in reality all the time, it would surely be depressing. And that way you have to have people that are light in heart and good in humor and of a good nature to bring the balance to this world. And we have to be able to explain things in a way in which you can receive them, but also for the other people who are not so tortured, we also have to keep space for them. So you have to understand that there's a balance to everything in which we have to do. Now, just like I'll say, in this past, but God is the judge, he putteth down one and setteth up another. There will be a changing of the guards. Like I said, some people sat in the seat. Some people did seek to grab your blessing before you did. Some people saw where you were on your way to and they ran to the seat like hot potato, musical chairs. It's sort of like that. Some people were qualified to be there in the game, and some people were not. They took someone's spot by strategically and socially engineering themselves into that place. Some people have gotten where they are by no work. Some people have gotten where they are only by last name, only by word of mouth, and only by deed. Dirty deed, not good deeds. So you have to understand that a lot of times right now, as things are getting cleared and things are coming back into balance, there are some people that have to be moved because they have not done the job right. They have not been fair. They have not been unbiased, even though that is in the description, in the mission, in the institution that they are connected to. That is part of the contract. Part of the contract with this world is to do right, is to do unto others as they do to you. However, we've gotten so far away from this that we need a great reset. We've gotten so now do unto others as they done unto you is quite normal because most people have done horrible things to one another. And now we have hurt people hurting people at a very alarming rate because pretty much everybody has been hurt. And while that is a reality, these things too do exist at once. There are some people who have been hurt that do not seek to hurt others. And it is very hard to get through to those people when everybody is returning back their hurt. An eye for an eye. You understand? And a lot of us, unfortunately, haven't turned the cheek at the same time to counsel things out. So that won't happen. So yesterday I was coming down the street, and for some of us, we like to help people that we see in times of need that look like they have need. And for some others, they say, no, you can't help them. Don't help them. Don't give you things. And you have to understand on both sides. On one side, a person might help them because they do look and they do appear to be in dire straits, you understand? But on another side, some people you cannot help and you should not help. And it is bad karma to help a person who is not going to help themselves, who you know is going to go and return back to the same thing, even if they're honest about it. Because even I've been caught up in that. I say, well, they were honest, so I'm going to give them. Actually, no, I shouldn't have given because I am encouraging something that I would not encourage in my own life. So a lot of times when certain people are not helping people and you say, oh, they're supposed to be Christian, they're supposed to be this, they're supposed to be spiritual, they're supposed to be nice. It is wrong for you to go in upright and then encourage someone's downward fall and spiral by investing in it. I repeat, it is wrong for a good person to go in and invest in someone's downward spiral. However, most people will invest in that before they invest in someone's upward movement. Not understanding that, but this is what's become normal. We should help those who want to get up. And we should let those who want to go down do as they please and not spoil their meat. However, it has been the opposite Some people have been seen observing others going up, and they seek to destroy, they seek to sabotage, they seek to booby trap, while at the same time investing in encouraging others downward spiral. Oh, you want to get high? Here. You want to get drunk? Here. You want to fornicate? Let's go. You want to hide? Yeah. You want to steal? Let's figure out who to blame it on. You understand? Too many people are invested in the wrong side of things and not invested in the upward movement of our people. It's very hard for a person to say, oh, stop, put that down. I want to take you up. You even see some people say, I don't want to go up. I want to go down. Give me money to go down. And you have to be very discerning of which is which, because reverse psychology is definitely out here. This is when you do your research. But if you're not going to help, do not hurt. Do not pass judgment. Do not linger. Do not limerence. Do not travel with gossip. Because when you have that type of bias, the same person who you saw, who you might have needed to walk away from, who you did not need to help go through the downward spiral, might eventually hit that bottom fast enough to realize that there's nowhere else to go but up. And you might even see them again. And some will thank you. I'm glad you didn't help me. I'm glad, because now I don't owe you anything and I was able to build myself up, and that's my testimony. And some will curse you to pieces. You see me? I did good despite you not helping me. You didn't want me to get anywhere. You see, we should keep those parts to ourselves, because we should be grateful for the opportunity, for it could have been worse. However, when you find yourself in a better space, keep light in heart and keep it moving. Do not turn back. Do not attach emotions. It was the journey. However, it might have been rough. It was the journey. Now, for those who do want help and are genuine in help at all given times, and you can use your discernment, and you know that this person, beyond doubt, has always been on the up and up. You also know that this person has genuinely fallen on hard times and they need to get up. Use your discernment, because that might be the angel in your life that came to bless you. I know it's not easy to use your discernment in this world of monsters, angels and demons and things of that nature, but it is a fact, and it can happen. So be light in heart. Attach no ill will to any favor given. Pass not judgment, spoil no one's meat. Help or shut up. Go within. For the real person who you should be judging, because God loves judgment, but he loves it even more when the judgment is more to oneself. Have you judged yourself today? All right, so that's that part. But what I was saying about that one person, I did see a person, and he was just and he looked like he was energetic, but he could have been dehydrated, whatever it was. I saw him reach into the trash, and he reached in and he got someone's unfinished beer. And it made me think of that when I saw that part of the scripture. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Sometimes when you see them out there and they're digging in the trash, sometimes you feel bad for them, but you have to understand that this person at this point knows what they have done. This is more than likely their cross to bear because of deeds gone by, things already done, things to pass. And a lot of times we do want to help and rehab some people, but be aware and pay attention to the aesthetics. Some people are going through the karma that they should have been going through due to the things that they've done. So it is not your burden to get them back into the space. It is for them to go in within and to know oneself and to get right with God. And then they will be able to ascend again. All he needs for you is to surrender. However that looks for you. All he needs is for you to surrender. Sometimes you got to go in and deal with what you did. You have to serve your time, whether it be spiritual or it be physical. Sometimes you have to just deal with the consequences so that you could get back right. Because if you can't deal with any consequences, why should you reap any reward? A lot of people try to escape and hide themselves from consequences, yet they want the reward, but they do the deeds, but they don't want the consequences. If you want rewards, you should be dealing with the consequences as well, because that's what goes with things. That's how people learn to retain. This is how people learn lessons. This is how people, go forward and keep it real and keep it genuine. Because if you keep allowing people to skip, you understand, skip the journey and attach themselves to the results, will have a lot of people never wanting to do the journey. And then now we have this microwave nation. This is why we have all this scam and this fraud, is because no one wants to do the journey, but they want the reward. And they don't want the consequences, but they want to put their hands everywhere. You understand? So this is why things have gotten increasingly hard. We have people who are out here taking and consuming everything, but they're not getting any of the consequences. They're not reaping any of the reward of the consequences, because if you don't reap any consequence, you'll think that all life is reward. And no, 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 no. There are some that have been able to prolong their consequences for a very long time, but trust you me, even if you make it to the grave, there will be consequences. Okay? All right. So, yeah, when I was reading my book, oh my goodness, let me see where I'm at, because I had to keep stopping because I had a lot of other things to do. But this had a lot to do with the president's election, how things work, the very intricate parts. And it's crazy because even there are official gang stalkers. There are people who are in place who actually work behind the scenes. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Accountant. Not the first one, but the second one. The second one with Ben Affleck, The Accountant. There are people in the world that are paid a pretty penny to do exactly what that is. And they do it. They do it. All right. So, even though we have this illusion of privacy, even though we see the word repeated plenty of times through plenty of policies, through plenty of updates, through all this stuff, they use it on our phones a lot because it's a nice blanket. It's a word. It's a word blanket. It's officially like a word pacifier. Privacy. I'm going to tell you the truth. Honestly, we don't have any. And it's pretty much a really dirty game out here. So we don't have any. Depending on who you know and who you blow is how much privacy you'll get. And I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, because right now, as my brain is really operating in the know. What I said was truly, truly true just now, really, honestly. Even as I just said it, the truth is growing in my head as I just said it. It really is, depending on who you know and who you blow, and how much privacy you will get to know, you will get to do. And honestly, sometimes you actually have to get your hands a bit dirty in order to achieve the amount of privacy that you might want. Oh my goodness. Facts. All right, so let's get out of there, because I feel like I'm going into some territory that I need not go into on a public platform. I'm telling you, often this mind starts going into the places where I probably shouldn't go, but huh, it's my mind who's gotten me here so far. Even though a lot of people do not like my mind because they cannot control my mind and they cannot preconceive what's going on. I'm not that damn predictable. Turns out I don't even know what I'm going to do next. All right, so let's get on with it. It's a bit warm. It's going to be warmer, okay? Okay. Yeah. Oh boy, it's going to be warmer. Hope everyone is feeling a bit blessed today. I feel very, very amazing. You know, even though reality does creep its little ugly self into my head sometimes, also the reality is I can deal or I don't have to when it comes to certain things, of course. Order in the court. Good morning. We're going to start off in Leo right now. I feel like I need to start off in Leo. Hello. Hello. Silky, silky soul singer. Silky, silky soul singer. My silky, silky soul. Mm. Okay, Frankie, Beverly, and Maze. All right. So there's a beautiful older man. He's only beautiful on the outside. His soul is a bit rotten. Why? Why? I think I'll call you devil fruit. Okay, so we have devil fruit here, and he has his eyes on the prize, and the only way he sees to get it, because he has no heart left, he's been through enough, he's on the wrong side of 50, so he really feels like love is at a loss for him. He hasn't done it right so far, so he doesn't think he needs to learn anything else. He loves love, but he's so bad at it. He just none of bad habits. Busy messing up his love life. He loves, but he's such bad at it. Okay, so yeah, this man loves him and leaves him, and this is the way he's liked it. He doesn't really like it, but this is the way he's accepted it, so this is the way he is. This man lives in torture. He lives in torture. This man is a tortured soul. Now, this is not for you to feel sorry for this tortured soul. This is his hustle. His pain is his hustle. At the same time he's hurting, he's hustling. And this is life for him. I believe this is this man's karma, is to never find love, because every time he's found love, he's always traded it in for riches. He's been in proximity of love. He's been in proximity of riches. However, it's like a person with oil in their hands or a black hole. This person sees blessings and goes through blessings like, I don't know, diarrhea. It just passes through him. This person would appear to a person who did not know as a blessed person. Make no Tarian, make no mistake. This person is a tortured player. Wow. The tortured player. Yes, I was reading the cards. That's why I keep looking back and forth. I was looking at the tortured player. This man, he cuts through any scene, and I'm telling you, if you see him at first glance, you would think this person has abundance. You would think this person is blessed. No, this person is not ugly. He is very handsome, and he knows how to put it on. However, he has champagne dreams and Kool-Aid pockets. But the way he does it, you would never know, because he does it seamlessly. He never stops. He's always going and going and going and going. He's an energizer bunny. It's a Leo energy. It might not be a Leo, but it's a Leo energy because I'm in Leo. And I see Scorpio, King of Swords. So it's a lot of air. Scorpio. So it's a lot of intensity. So yes, this person is a tortured. We have a tortured player out here. We have the Peter Pan in his truest form. Okay, so a lot of things you don't know about Peter Pan. Peter Pan was actually taking the kids into the afterlife. He was not, that's why their bodies were laying in bed and their souls were being taken out. He was basically snatching kids' souls in their sleeps and taking them to go play with the pedophiles, which is the pirates, which was Captain Hook. That's why it was Captain Hook. And the crocodile was Karma with the clock in his mouth, you understand? So that's how that goes. And he took a liking to Wendy because he just always liked Wendy even from her childhood. He didn't want Wendy to grow up because, just like Leonardo DiCaprio, off with your head when you get about 24, 25. So with the younger they can like attach the attraction to you the best, so they want to keep you there. That's much like altering your voice box so you never get any so you never change timbre in your voice, right? That's what Michael Jackson did, because he knew that his voice was what ultimately got him there. So he did end up ultimately, through vanity and through people being around him, yeah, he always wanted to be better, even though he was one of the greatest. And I guess that's what led him to altering himself a little bit more. Even though he did have a skin disease. He did have that. So yeah, there is a Peter Pan out here, and he isn't bad looking, and he's able to get resources, but it ain't his. And he's able to collect people, collect their resources, collect their energy, and collect hearts. It's just that he moves around so much and stays busy so much that you believe he's out hustling, making money. You believe that everything is a gamble. Yeah, he's gambling. He's throwing his peen on the roulette. Yeah, he's playing Russian roulette with the peen because that is his job. That is his actual mode of income. Taking off his pants and talking people out of their riches, or distracting them long enough to get their information, because he does not want to work a real job. This is an actual warlock. This is a person who likes the younger girls. He likes the younger girls because it triangulates him with the older girls. So it always keeps him in the supply. He's in supply and demand when he's in that. He has to be seen with the younger girls, and then he has to be seen with the older women who compete with the younger girls, because that keeps up the rhythm. Although this person may or may not like girls, the mode of the job is to stay afloat. It does not matter who he's with, as long as they have a nice place to stay, because even though this person does not have their own things at all, they don't like dirty things, they don't like low class things. This person considers themselves very valuable to the space that they're in, even though they bring no value at all. It's all about illusions. This person has to maintain their attractiveness, and they do that by way of triangulation and allowing people to invest in their well-being. Because they are a tortured soul, some of their stories and the things that they say are true and genuine. Yes, this person hurts. Yes, this person is in fear. Yes, this person does want love and will forever seek it. However, this person will not tell you that the reason why they are forever going to be seeking it is because the deeds, and it is indeed their karma to chase love for the rest of their life. So yes, they are tortured. However, they are the reason why they are tortured. Okay? This can be a woman in a masculine energy, where she's always chasing. It does not matter how old or young the person is, as long as they have the ticket to the next few hours, the next few days, the next few months. This looks like a place to sleep. This looks like something to eat. This looks like resources. This looks like buying the outfit of the day or something like that for the females. You understand? Just 20 to $100 every day. You understand? For some of the Peter Pan men or some of the ones some of the Peter Pan women, they need gas every time. They need food every time. They need something every time, and they're not able to provide it themselves. And the way that they keep the rotation going, and the way that they make you feel as though you need to be helping them out, is because they always keep a readily available supply to go to. And this is why they don't go down, is because they keep a readily available supply. A lot of you do not know that the person that you're receiving in your home just came from 2 to 3 different homes. And in each home, they gathered resources that made them never to have to get a job. They got gas from here. They got a couple of hours of sleep from here. They got some liquor money from here. They got high over there. You understand? They might have had sex so that they don't have to come and bother you, because you might have the most comfortable place. So they're going to get all their needs met and come and just lay up with you and say, baby, I just want to cuddle. And you might even get some flowers. The place where they want to settle down the most is probably going to get treated the most gently, even though it's not going to get the most resources. It's just going to be treated the most gently. They're not going to talk their shit to your face. They're just going to talk their shit when they leave. Okay? So that's what I mean when I say gently. It's not that they like you anymore, or not that they like you any less. It's just that you are the easiest place to go get some rest in. You're the easiest place to be left alone in. So you will be the end game after all this shit is getting done and things dry up. Every time things get dried up, that's when you'll get the extra time. And that is the same for both men and women who operate in such ways. You only get more time when you have more resources and you're more easier to maintain and hide things from. Okay? So yeah, that was Leo energy. Let's pull the cards. This is what we're dealing with out here. We've got men and women who are out here grifting. They're grifting for a life. Period. There is no work. There's only illusions and stories. And one day they will get a job. But up until then, they won't. And some will never get a job because they've grifted so long that getting a job just looks stupid to them. I know a couple people like that. Mostly they're men. And the reason why I say that is because if one grifter man meets one grifter woman, usually that grifter man will try to sit that grifter woman down by giving her a baby, not knowing that if she's a grifter, she gonna grift with that baby too. I'm just telling you the facts. These are the breaks. Work it up, work it up, work it up. Sugar Hill Gang. Oh, shoot. Yeah, Sugar Hill Gang. Okay. Curtis Blow. Woo. Sugar Hill, Curtis Blow. Somebody on that. Somebody is on it, okay? Now, I don't know all of it. I do live in the area where I see them pop locking and dropping all the time, right? But me, I've never been really inclined to do that. It's so interesting to see. Look, you can get me with the reefer and loud and all that all day long. But what you won't get me with is that Molly, the perks, the Xannies, the coke, the crack, the acid. None of that stuff. Might have even taken mushrooms before, but that's very, 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 very small. But what the hell are you guys doing? I'm getting Sugar Hill Gang and Curtis Blow. So if somebody's out here, I don't know whether they try to rehab or whatever, but somebody is relapsed. And somebody is out here straight going for it. I don't think they want to, but they are going for it. Hopefully they get some type of assistance or, love themselves enough to do something. All right, here it is. Woo! Strength and resilience. We've got that here. We've got the Two of Wands. Yeah, Leo. Here we go. We got mental clarity too. So someone is contemplating while being resilient. Leo, Aries energy. We are still in Aries. We've got the 10. Here you go. Wish fulfillment in Leo. Excuse me. Even if you're not quite where you want to be, Leo, you're on your way. You at least have your eyes on it. You at least got your eyes on the prize, and you do have some type of a plan. Whether you are in a relationship or not, whether you're working or not, you are at a point where you're able to fall back and see what the situation is so that you can move forward for the best outcome possible. And that is your reading, Leo. There you go. That was pretty positive and quick. Yeah, but that Peter Pan syndrome is something else. I think the Peter Pan syndrome is also the reason why we also have these STD pandemic going on, is because a lot of people are not wrapping up. They're shooting up the club and they're doing all these things, but they have to understand that there's still a very there's things called kids and STDs, and I mean the more you're not protected, the more these things will grow. The more people have to be here that need more treatment, that need help, creating more broken homes, creating more trauma. All this thing is a result from unprotected sex, unwanted pregnancies, kids coming into broken homes, the home being broken because the kid came, and now they realize that this shit is real. It's real when you gotta, not only are you supposed to take care of yourself, but you also just brought someone in that needs you to take care of them. It's not like I don't want to, or I want to. No, you have to. And then the thing is, you can't just make it and say, oh, that person to take care of it, I'm gone. And that's on both sides. Like, the kid didn't ask to be there. You guys had all the fun, and you want to torture the kid because now you realize that fun ended in 1 or 2 or 3, and for some 6 or 7. This is what I'm saying. You gotta really watch what you got going on here. You take a lot of this good stuff for granted. I'm trying to tell you. It's great that it feels good, but it honestly was just so that we can make more people. Honestly, that's what it's there for. It's just a plus that it feels goddamn good. You guys are selfish and greedy. You wanted all the good, right? You just was gonna take it, wasn't you? You wanted all the good. That's the problem. All right, Virgo. We've got Aries energy, we've got Sagittarius energy, we've got the Emperor, we've got opportunities, and we've got a third party or 3 of Cups celebration. One or the other, take what resonates. We have Aries, Sagittarius, and Cancer. 4, 8, and 3. 11 plus 4, that's 15. That is obsession. So someone is very obsessed with third parties. They're opportunists. This is a person that is an opportunist. This is a Virgo energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer. These are opportunists. Take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising. These people are opportunists. Whoever this is that I'm speaking to right now, they're opportunists, and there's infidelity, period. They're an opportunist. If they have an opportunity to cheat, if they have an opportunity to bring in the third party, if they can cause some confusion, this is like a chaos agent. They will never be on the up and up. They will never not cheat. There will never not be a deal going on behind somebody's back. They will never not be another inclination. They will never not be a hidden motive. There's always going to be something behind this person's back. That's just how this person is. Y'all remember Littlefinger from not Lord of the Rings. That's another thing. Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. He always had his finger in all these pots. And he always played both sides just in case one side had more than the other side. The problem with Littlefinger is eventually he has his hands in too many pots. He got them hands cut off because of the simple fact of the matter is he could not be trusted. The only thing he could be trusted to do was to betray you. So eventually somebody might cut on with Littlefinger. And it's crazy that his name is Littlefinger. And I'm just thinking about it now. Ooh, boy. Mm, mm, mm. I ain't gonna say it, but I was gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it, but I was gonna say it. Littlefinger. So this person, all not only do they have a Peter Pan thing, but they have a Peter Pan body. That's another thing they tortured about, and I think that's another thing that gets them on their way. They complain about having a small body part, but they keep using it. And the charming thing is, the person would try to act like they enjoyed the thing just because they don't want to hurt his feelings. But in the process, that person is going to hurt your feelings. So go on and tell them his dick is small. Somebody else did it too. Oh my gosh. Look, I just went into my That's So Raven minute moment, and all I could see was that. Like, imagine a person being mediocre and their whole thing is that's their whole game. Their scam has become their pain, and their scam is all in the same. It's all in the same. So they don't really, eventually they just stop with the heart thing because it's always the same. They never changed, the situation never changed. So they basically decided to just live their life like that. Oh, poor little finger. Well, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Damn, it's Virgo energy. You need to go watch Game of Thrones. That was funny how they got Littlefinger after a while. Because he was dirty as a mahjong. He was dirty. He was doing a little bit of everything. Remember when he had that lady thrown into that pit and he was going to marry that woman wife and he was going to kill her son? He had poisoned that son too. He had effectively had everybody in that thing poisoned against everybody in that thing. Everybody was against each other. Ooh, and then they threw that person from the top of the thing, and they had that hole in the middle of the ground, and if you didn't do what they asked you to do, they'd throw you out that hole. Oh, this is real. So there are people that function exactly like that. Game of Thrones, you gotta check it. Littlefinger, when he went to that woman's sister, and she already knew she wasn't that cute. She was just average. She was only fit to have a baby. She really wasn't fit to like be queen for real. She wasn't that. She wasn't that. It ain't never get like that. And that's crazy because Littlefinger didn't even want her ugly ass. He was like, she too plain. She too plain. She alright. She got money. She rich. She got a kingdom. She a queen. She this. She that. But she ain't. She too plain. The child that she have ain't even gonna be cute. He really didn't care. Dang. That's somebody like that. I'm describing somebody's man, somebody's woman that operates just like that. They don't care. They would have a baby just to have good hair. They would have a baby just to get a chat, just to do that. Like, they wouldn't have a baby to love it. Like, what? They would have a baby to dress like it, like feed it something good. No, that ain't gonna happen. That's my wingman. That's what get me hollered at. That's what get me like more money. Like, why would I have a baby to love it? Yeah, there's somebody out there like that. Woo! Hierophant energy. Oh, I'm so sorry people hate talking. They got to go somewhere where things are quiet. Maybe the radio or maybe their brain. I don't know. I don't know. I got a brain. If he only had a brain. Do, 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 do. Dr. Oz, Dr. Oz, Dr. Oz. Somebody's like Oz. Somebody is pulling a lot of wool over people's eyes, just like Oz. Remember when they had to pull back the curtain and they found out it was only just a very, 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 very intensely insecure man who nobody really wanted to look at. He should have just kept the curtain closed because he wasn't really good to look at. He wasn't eye candy at all. But that's Oz. That's Oz. Woo. Libra. Hierophant energy, Taurus. Ooh. Scorpio, Six of Cups. Woo. Chariot, moving fast. Hierophant group, Scorpio, moving fast. Give and take, back to the innocence. Okay, we're on the reset, back to the basics. What I was saying earlier, there will be a change, and we are going back to where we actually do appreciate some type of innocence, as long as it's not being taken advantage of and siphoned out. So, excuse me. 5, 6, 7, forward movement. This is how it came out. Taurus, Scorpio, Cancer again. 5, 6, 7, and I guess everything I was saying about that Peter Pan is true. Everybody's starting to realize, they're starting to wake up and realize what is going on. They're starting to realize that they have people in their in life that have come only to set up shop so that they can start to siphon off energy, and they have their eyes on the innocence. Beware of someone trying to groom your beautiful child, your beautiful son or your beautiful daughter before time. A lot of times that person isn't dating you, they're dating you to get close proximity to the next generation, which is your beautiful son and your beautiful daughter. Keep an eye out. 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 7, that's 18, that's 9. Let's pray about it. Let's do something about it. Let's meditate. Let's manifest a better outcome, because these children need us to protect them, so that we don't become more so that we don't have more damaged adults. This is the problem. We have to stand in the way of these things, because the more the kids get damaged, the more damaged adults. Why are we not getting this? If you start off good in the beginning, let's try to keep you good for as long as possible. And you see the elder here peeking at the youth. She's looking at them. She likes the fact that they are playing innocently. They are not paying attention to that's a girl, that's a boy. They're paying attention to the beauty and the innocence of the world. You see her? It brings her joy. She has her own cup. It fills her up with love to see these things happen. What happened to the woman who got filled up with love when she seen great things happening? There are still some. We need more. And we only get these type of people from these type of people. It's what happens in between this and this that destroys the generations to come. I'll show you how I drew the cards. Institution, groups, the way we see things, our values, our morals, church, religion, state, everything. This is bringing into balance the equal give and take, protecting the youth, protecting the old. The only way we do this is by who's in the middle. It's us. In the Chariot, this is fast moving. This is black and white, bringing us back to the gray area. Fast moving. 5, 6, 7 was the order of the cards. 18, 9, divine. Tower moment. Either somebody like it or they ain't. It's going to be okay. I ain't here for everybody to like. I'm here to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. All right. Let's get on over to Scorpio, because we just did Libra. All right. And here we go. Queen of Swords. All right. 10 of Pentacles, Virgo. Then we got King of Cups. All right. Queen of Swords is definitely paying attention to the groups. The 10 of Pentacles, this is wish fulfillment. This is public recognition. This is to sit upon the throne. This is the cutting off. All right, so somebody is definitely using discernment as they go into public recognition. You do know that once you become a public figure, there is more concern. There's not less concern, because you have more people coming at you. You have more people talking about you. You have more of a reputation to keep. Your brand is spreading now, so you have a you have a responsibility to yourself to sit upon your throne and not be thrown off. You have a responsibility of decorum once you become a public figure. It is not so much as you could just It's the superhero talk. With great power comes great responsibility. If you are out there and you are influencing people, if you do know that you are a bit of a role model, if you know that there are people that are looking to you for some sort of answer or some sort of guidance or something, you actually do, whether or not you want to or not, you actually do hold the responsibility on how you present yourself. You cannot be upset, or you should not get upset with how people perceive you, because that is how people are. What your responsibility is to know yourself beyond thyself, and to stand tall and stand strong where you are. Trust me, once you get up on your throne, once you get to the place where you need to be, there will be people who will come and try to poke and prod. They'll say that you're phony. They will say that you're a fraud. They'll say that you're a grifter. But you have to, beyond a shadow of a doubt, know who you are, because there will be talks. That's why a lot of people say stay out of your chat, because that's where people come to try and tear down a person, especially if they perceive them to be having any upward moving. Remember, the most people that are going to hate on you are going to be strangers. They have no proximity to you, so they don't care about your feelings. So they will hurt them. They will try to tear them down. Most people that get on the internet to tear other people down, especially strangers down, are very hurt people. So they need to basically astral project through the damn internet, so to speak, because that's the only way that they reach out to people that they don't know. They'll astral project and over the internet and try to hurt a stranger's feelings. A person that will never know them, don't know where they live, don't doesn't know that they exist, but they take solace in anonymity. I guess I'm saying that right, in being anonymous, right? They take safety in being anonymous. However, that's still in the ethers. That's still in the universe. The universe will bring somebody in close proximity to you to hurt your feelings back, because you had no business putting that type of energy out there. Okay? So, like I said, if you're going to be greater, you're going to be influencer, you're going to be a role model, just know that whether you ask for it or not, there are people that are going to be watching you, and they're going to hold you responsible. It's your responsibility to know who you are and not allow a person to put you in a box if that's not the box that you fit in. But it is very, 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 it's much more safer for you to be genuine and real, to be authentic. It's much more safer for you to be authentic than phony, because if you should be found to be phony, they will definitely massacre you. They will definitely counsel you. It'll be off with your head. So be mindful of your brand. And this is what's crazy is, from a very young age, from when I stopped hanging with a certain amount of people, I think when I got maybe until about 20, I'd already known I wanted to be a person. I wanted to be a person of status. I didn't know what I was still tiddling on the fact of famous. I didn't know I want to be famous. I just wanted to be a rich, regular person, right? So from a very early age, I always knew I was going to be a brand. And I would say these things to people. I say, you know what? I don't want to get into that, because it's going to mess up my brand. And I think they used to piss people off because I didn't have shit. I was broke. I knew how to get money. I knew how to work, but I didn't know how to retain money. And I didn't know how to market myself, because I wasn't around people who wanted to do that necessarily. They just wanted to do a lot of nothing all day. They just wanted to look good doing nothing all day. However, the fact that I was the youngest in the group, they used to look at me like I was an idiot. They'd be like, you young and you hanging with us, you ain't gonna be shit. And looking back on it, maybe that's what they thought, but they didn't understand that they were actually the blueprint for what not to be, while I was learning what I wanted to be. So a lot of times when I would see them do things, I would be like, yeah, that's not for my brand. That's not good branding. That's not going to age well. That's not good branding. So a lot of times when I was hanging around those bad people, so to speak, I know I might have risked my reputation just a little bit, because I was around people that were bad, and it's birds of a feather flock together. But I used to always go to work. I would stop and go to work. And that's the thing. that kept me safe and that kept me away from a lot of things that they were doing. However, I did have a good sense of reality on what I did not want to do and what would protect my brand. I seen people do a lot of things that would make me not want to go to their shops or buy things from them or eat things from them and things of that nature. So it made me more to protect my brand. Now, the one thing, yeah, the one thing that definitely made me want to protect my brand is when I seen one of the girls that we hung with, she actually started to get some motion. But the issue was when she actually started to get the motion, I heard the backstory and I was like, okay, well, maybe, because I've heard other people have to do stuff like that. But then when Maya came back on the scene, and Maya was like, yeah, they tried me and then I couldn't do it. And I know Maya was hot, hot, hot. And she's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there was no reason for her not to make it. But the issue was she wouldn't do what this other person did. And that's when it was like, boom, I can't do that. Because even though I'm building my brand, I don't want to build my brand like that. And what's crazy is, even though this person didn't really build their brand like that, they built their brand lateral, which meant that they couldn't leave the things that they were known for. They had to keep doing them. And even though it did get them a bit of status, it didn't protect their brand. And that was what I didn't want. I wanted to keep my brand despite status. Some people don't give a damn about their brand. They want the status. And I was always the opposite. So I think that's the reason. Yeah, I think that's the reason. And that's the reason why I'm upset about that person trying to infiltrate my brand, because I came up with it by myself. I started it by myself. I created it by myself. So when I see somebody's name on my stuff, I just have to ask, who was giving this information to this person that I do not know? And if they want to be included in the business, they should have drafted up a letter and asked, because that's how you do things. You just don't take people's things and then say, because I got some money and I can do some dirty stuff behind the scenes, that I'm right. That's wrong. And you probably go to church and you probably tell people that you do good and you probably give to charities and things, but why are you doing that? And how can you try to present yourself as an upright person when you did that? And it's so easy to be an upright person. It really is. But you told yourself that somebody didn't deserve something that they created by themselves and you were not there. You weren't even into interval. Nobody still knows you. Your name is now known. But I'm just trying to figure out what gave you the right to take something that came from me, that came from my heart, came from my spirit, came from my DNA, came out my sleep, came out my blood, sweat, and tears. So if that's right, if you could just pirate anything, anybody's hopes and dreams, that somebody can definitely take all of yours and anybody's, and they should not ever go through anything. So kudos to your karma when somebody starts to take your things and don't let you know and be really, really disrespectful to everything that it is about you. Kudos to you. Karma will be quick. Yeah, that part. And that was Scorpio's reading. Scorpio's reading is to make sure you maintain your brand and your status. Be able to live with what you do, because it is definitely going to return back to you. All right, so let's go Sagittarius. Woo, the card is just, all right. Somebody's off balance. I don't know, get some medicine, talk to your primary care, water, vitamins, I don't know, but somebody's definitely off balance. And it's these riches, Knight of Swords. Somebody is trying to get themselves right. Excuse me, belching. Karma, excuse me. 7 and 7 is the only thing that's out here. So the cycle is becoming complete with some pursuance of some type of riches. If somebody had some type of, it was an opportunity, I would say, an opportunity to get at all of these riches, and whatever it is, the opportunity looks like There's some type of intercession. Some type of intercession. Because they're rushing in my face it goes like this. The person is rushing towards it, so it's like somebody's coming in to stop the way or something. Something is about to be accounted for. It's like maybe a audit. Somebody is coming to audit. Somebody is coming to basically see what goes where. Something is going to be redirected. I don't know. All right, so Sagittarius, let me get your cards out here. Okay, that was a lot better. Hermit mode. Page of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. We've got 9 and a 9 and a 9 and a 9 and a 9, which is 18, which is 9. So we're still divining. Okay. So there's the Hermit, keeping up with the Pentacles. We're in Sagittarius, 9 of Wands. Yep, Virgo and Sagittarius, 9 and a 9. That's 18. That's 9 again. Damn, 9 and 9. 9. Somebody look up that spirit number, 99. 99. 99 and a half won't do. Won't do. 5 cent, 50 cent, 10. No, 5 cent, 10 cent, 50 cent, dollar. Yeah, 99 and a half won't do. 99 problems, but ain't one. Oh, so somebody's really focused. They've been through enough. They've been through enough. They tired. Somebody done took themselves off the clearance rack. They about to just focus on the money because love has gotten them nowhere. Someone is a battled warrior, a wounded warrior, and they like, nah, this can't be me. This won't this won't take me out. So somebody is about to take themselves off of the market and they just wanna they just wanna be successful. They just wanna be successful. They want the money, causing the clothes. I suppose. I just wanna be successful. Trey Songs. Ooh, they say Trey Songs sound like a whoa, hold up. But he real skinny. So there's a guy that's kind of tall. He's skinny. He's well endowed. And this is the shit that's got him into trouble. That was the thick of it. Ooh. Girth. Okay, so there's a man, a king of wands, so to speak, because I don't have the card out here, but I know because of the wars, the wands. Calm down. Yeah, there's a king of wands, and apparently he's giving it too good. He's put that 360 thing in his back, like Empress T be saying. He gave it all. He hit the bottom, shorty. And the problem is that's what you kept doing because you knew you were well endowed. See, you drove the women crazy when you kept hitting the bottom of that thing. And even the oh my gosh, she's an educator. She teaches and she wears the hat and things. Shabazz. I think she's a Shabazz, something like that. She's an elder lady. She speaks on these things, a lot of the things that I speak on too. But however, I think she's a part of the NOI. I think she's a part of the nation or something like that. Well, she speaks with them. But she has written quite a few books you should read. I don't know exactly her name is. I will look it up. But yeah, he hit the bottom too many times. So now you got a bunch of crazy bras that come back. They might not come back this month, but they might come back next year. They might not come back this week, but they might come back tomorrow. Or they might see him in passing and start harassing him or ask him for a couple of dollars or ask him what his number is or ask where he live at so that they can come harass him, stuff like that. So there's a king of wands, knight of wands, whatever he is. He's gone into hermit mode so that he can work on the pentacles. And he might not even just be working on the pentacles. He might be actually working towards the woman he wants. He might know that he has to be celibate. He might know that he needs to save up some money. He might know that he needs to just stay off the scene so that the rotation can slow down. Because here's the thing. If you don't take time in between all of this stuff, you will keep up the karma from the old ways. Even though you have changed and you're no longer on the clearance rack, the fact that you keep the same old rotation around, you keep the same whole stroke coming around, you will exact karma even if you're done with it because you keep letting the old energy come on back. Even if it's new people, it's the same personalities, the same weave, the same hair, eyelashes, the same BBL, the same nails, the same damn stretch pants. You keep letting the same type of things tempt you back into a low vibration. Eventually, you'll meet a higher vibrating person. We don't use high value, low value because a lot of people think that means money. It means a person that loves themselves or a person that doesn't love themselves. A high value person is a person that's supposed to love themselves, but we've getting it all mixed up with the slavery lingo and the Atlantic slave trade and all that it mixes things up. So we are going to say a person that high vibrational is not high value. High vibrational is loving yourself. Low vibrational is you going to get down, you're going to do a little thing strange for the change each and every time because this is just how you go. Even a high vibrational person that love themselves may fall on hard times, but they're going to love themselves not to bring themselves down, especially repeatedly. People do fall on hard times and mistakes happen. And some people do have to make decisions in a clinch. But when a person constantly and consistently pick things that do not love themselves, it is a habit. It has become a part of your character. It is your responsibility to change these things. But like I said, someone's going into hermit mode because they know throughout this whole entire time they haven't been, doing things right in order to get a good relationship. They haven't been doing things right to get some peace. They haven't been doing things right the way they ain't got to look over their shoulder because somebody from the past coming up or think that they should walk up. I want to get so healed that people from my past think twice before they come and approach me. And this is what this person is trying to do. They've already been through it. They know what the people look like. They know what their triggers look like. They know the personalities they know they need to stay away from. Even if it's a new person, they know that if they even resemble anything from that past situation, I'm running. I'm getting the hell out of there. We're not doing it. We're not rehashing nothing. I forgive you enough for me, not for you. I forgive you enough to know I ain't supposed to be around you. I forgive you enough to know I shouldn't have been over there. I forgive you enough to know we can't break bread. I forgive you enough to know you can't get this ride. I forgive you enough to know you can't use my toilet. I forgive you enough to know, look, you're going to have to figure some way out to work it out. I forgive you enough to know it's over. And you got to be that way. And I mean, it might come down to family. It might come down to friends. It's going to come down to lovers. It's going to come down to a lot of things. You might panic. You might have to say that doctor that you've been going to a long time, it's not good, but I'm going to need to push on and go on because we're still in the same energy. You only threw medicine at me before. I need somebody who's actually going to listen to me and give me treatment and guidance. You understand? Sometimes you got to leave that old church. Sometimes you got to leave that old job. Sometimes you got to shop at a different market. Sometimes you got to stop going to the corner store and learn how to adapt your pocket to going to the market where it would stretch more. Sometimes you got to learn that you can't shop at one store. You got to shop at 2 or 3. Sometimes you got to learn how to coupon. Sometimes you got to learn how to be okay with not having everything. Sometimes you got to learn not to break that $100 bill. It's going to turn into a 20. Sometimes you got to learn not to break that 20. It's going to turn into a couple dollars. Sometimes you just have to learn not to go back and do the same thing. Sometimes ascending just looks like you're not smoking 10 blunts that day. Maybe you smoked 4. You just have to start changing a little bit of things at a time. Before you know it, you'll be in a whole different timeline. You'll be another person, but the same. You understand? The more things change, the more they stay the same. Just make sure you took the good parts. All right? And that was Sagittarius. Let's go Capricorn. I stayed a while in Sagittarius, didn't I? Come on, Cap. Let's go. Why does Seven of Cups keep coming out? Who has got all of these riches on their mind? Somebody is in hot pursuance of some riches. There's a dark offer and there's a heartache going on. So Seven of Cups, 19 Sun, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Three of Swords. So somebody's coming in with a dark offer. They still pursuing these riches. Something is being illuminated. Somebody is riding in on a dark horse with an offer. They look a little shaky. They're like a little shifted in their thing. So something is off with them. It might be this sexual energy or this heartbreak or this heart fog. So somebody's going to come in with a broken heart or something. You know what? This looks like sexual energy. Somebody's coming in and I don't think that they have a they're not in good sexual energy. Something wrong with them. Their spiritual hygiene has not been kept up. And this is why they're coming in with a dirty offer. They just hoping to get to the riches. Something about the riches. Something is being illuminated. Something about a dirty offer. Something about the sex not being healthy. Seven of Cups, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 plus 3, 29. 30, 31, 32. 32 is 5. Some changes have to happen. Some changes have to happen. Somebody needs to seek treatment or help or a doctor or something, because every time I look at this, it usually means anguish, anxiety, heartbreak, heart fog, something like that. But I swear it keeps pointing down to this, to the middle of her legs, and I'm trying to tell you, it's like somebody got something, and it's something about a dark offer. Maybe somebody went to somebody thinking that they had some money, and now it's becoming very clear that somebody had something when they went in. Do somebody know who gave who what? So someone went in. Remember that little Tyler Perry movie where the girl, her husband wasn't, her and her husband wasn't getting together, and they wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing. I think Journey played that. Journey, the really pretty light skinned girl with the long hair. Journey played that. And she ended up contracting a house in Virginia, messing with that guy. He was fun. He was big fun. They went everywhere. They went to swingers parties. They did everything. He made her feel alive. But the thing about it, the more he made her feel alive, he was killing her silently inside, because he gave her something. And when she went to try to go back to her husband, she couldn't go back, because not only had he moved on to a woman that appreciated him and loved him, she had already got the disease from the guy that she thought was putting life in her. Turns out he only wanted her because she was clean. He only wanted her because she belonged to another man, and he thought he was better than that man, and he wanted to prove that he was better than that man. Only thing he ended up doing was destroying that good woman who was a good woman, who turned into a bad woman because she thought she wanted that man. So you got to be careful. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Remember, I told you the guy that looked like Peter Pan. He looked good. He looked real good, but it's nothing good about him. He's nothing good about him. The only thing good about him is that he leaves. That's the only thing good about him, is that he leaves. And the only bad part about him is that he might come back. That's the truth. All right, so Capricorn, keep your eye out. Sun, moon, rising. I didn't even give you the thing. I gave you the numbers. I gave you the numbers which turned into 5, but that was Scorpio, Jupiter, Libra, and this is the Capricorn reading. Like I said, somebody has an STD, or somebody found out that either one of them is giving each other or passing around the STD, but they were in pursuance of riches. This is what made them so blind to the fact that they needed to be checking on their health, because some people get so caught up in chasing earthly possessions that they don't realize that they should be taking care of their spiritual body. You can't be laying up with everybody. You can't be twisting and mixing up your fluids with everybody. You can't be drinking behind everybody. You can't be smoking behind everybody. You can't be kissing behind everybody. You can't be using the toilet behind everybody. You darn sure shouldn't be having sex behind everybody. And this is what happens. Somebody's pursuance of the earthly goods have taken away from their heavenly body. Somebody needs to go to the doctor. Somebody needs to check out. The doors are open. Boy. Aquarius. I know it gets a little creepy how accurate I get at times, but you know, you can put it in the chat sometimes. Just let me know. All right, somebody's going through a tower moment, and the Five of Swords is Aquarius and Mercury energy. Tower moment, 5 and 6. 21, blackjack, 3, go to God. 16 plus 5 is 21. So that's 3. That's the creator. That's God. Somebody's having a tower moment. I told you about the Humpty Dumpty. Had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. So I know you got a lot of friends probably coming through talking about, oh man, it's gonna be okay. But you don't tell them the whole story. They don't know the whole story. You got a lot of people giving you pity, offering you condolences, trying to help you out, offering you some resources and things of that nature, but you don't never tell the whole story. They don't really know exactly what you be up to. You always a victim. You ain't never the suspect. That's crazy. 5 of Swords. I always need to look at the book when I look at 5 of Swords, because 5 of Swords changed every time I look at it. Sometimes it looks like you just whoop somebody's tail and they got to walk away after the defeat. Or maybe that is exactly what I'm looking at. Maybe you have already finished the battle and everybody got to walk away from the defeat. This is what that tower is causing. You've caused a tower in someone's life. But I want to look at the 5 of Swords anyway. There's no doubt about you being highly ambitious, but remember not to hurt others just because you want to win. Being competitive, having immense ambition. Oh, so yeah. Finding compromise, releasing resistance. That's in reverse, but it's not in reverse. So 5 of Swords, that's a Venus and Aquarius energy. And it says being competitive, having immense ambition. So somebody did win. You won, as you won somebody's tower. Somebody had a tower moment because you're ambitious. You're not going to stop. Nobody's going to stop you. Can't stop. Won't stop. That's funny that came out like that. Did he do it or did he didn't? He did it. Yeah. So it's like a diddler energy over here having this tower moment. Somebody was nasty. Somebody was out here slinging that thing. They were just pulling it out. They were the piss in the pool, in the dating pool. And that's what they're going through. And yeah, this highly ambitious person here that has the Aquarius energy was very creative on avoiding this tower moment with this person. Kudos to you. If you were able to dodge this bullet of a person, that's what's up. I'm going to give you the hand clap that you don't give yourself. If you was able to keep your legs closed, keep your doors shut, keep your fridge closed, keep your gas and everything, and not let this person back into your life, especially when they're about to hit the tower moment, kudos to you. You dodged a serious bullet. It could have been worse. Don't ever stop going to the doctors 3 to 6 months. You should be going to the doctors 2 to 3 times a year. When you get a certain age, I don't think they give you pap smears all the time unless you ask. But a lot of us are not aged out of the pap smears. And if you do request it, even if you are older than the age, depending on your insurance, they should be able to give it to you. All right. So now we're in Pisces. Here we go. 9 of Wands came straight out. Battled Warrior. Then we got the King of Cups, which is on a throne. Then we got the 10 of Pentacles. This came out this way, but it came out a different way earlier. The Battled Warrior, 9 of Wands. This is in Pisces. We got the King of Cups. Somebody is also taking on to their throne. And then we got Virgo. We've got public recognition. So somebody's definitely gone through enough battles. They're ready to sit upon their throne and receive public recognition for whatever it is they've done. Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, King of Cups. So somebody's definitely on ascension and in the North Node. Pisces, congratulations to your public recognition. All right, Aries, let's go. Because we started off in Leo. All right, Aries, let's pop it. 3 of Swords. All right, okay. What's going on, Aries? We got this. Are you the one that got offered the dark? That got offered. This is the person with the STD, Aries energy. It's a Libra. It's a Libra. This is the person with the STD with the dark offer. With the 7 of Pentacles. 3 and the 7 is 10. Wish fulfillment. So somebody is finding out that this is what it is. They have to work on it. So that they have to just go on and focus on their pentacles, because they've got to heal. They've got to work on healing. So take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising. We got Libra. Yeah, we've got Libra and Taurus. Libra and Taurus. That's the air and the earth. So there's no heart out here. You're going to have to take your heart out of it and put your head to the task. You're going to have to keep your head down for a while you work through this. Hope this thing pass. This too shall pass. All right. Okay. Pisces. No, that wasn't Pisces. Was it Pisces? No, that was Aries. I'm sorry. That was Aries. I apologize for the confusion. So someone's in Emperor energy. They have a nerve to actually they were supposed to have been a divine masculine, but whatever they did throughout their life, it took away those opportunities from them. So take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising, Libra, Taurus. Someone is in heartache, heart fog, or they do have a sexually transmitted disease or sexually transmitted demon. And it's going to be a while. They're not going to be they're going to remain a dark offer. I mean, some karma does not wear off of you, especially if you do things to that point. So somebody has definitely turned themselves into a karmic. They're no longer a divine masculine. They've been demoted into a karmic. What they need to do now is focus on rebuilding themselves, and maybe they might, ascend into a divine masculine again. But as of right now, somebody is descended into a karmic. This is the Aries reading. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries, Libra, Taurus. Taurus, stand up. Let's go, Taurus. My lip is dry. I got the fan on today. I turned off the heat finally. And I've been sleeping with the fan for the last few days, which is fine. But my internal temperature lets me know that it's really getting warm out there. So happy working out. Get back to it. And don't forget that water. Okay. Did we do Taurus? Let's do Taurus. Okay, so we got Taurus and the 5 of Cups with the Scorpio, and then we got the 21 with the World, and then we got the 8 of Swords with the Gemini. So somebody has been binded in Taurus. So there's a Hermit that has been binded, and the World card means what in this reading? Let me see. Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini energy. There's a Taurus, Gemini cusper. The World. I'm looking for it, darling. I am looking for it, sweetheart. Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference toward the world. All right. Saturn is that energy, feeling completed, integration of opposites. So someone's going into hermit mode as they realize what they have to do in order to feel complete and come out of this binded energy. Okay, someone was blinded by the light, but now karma has brought them full circle, and they are now feeling like they need to return back to themselves and get complete. Congratulations on this person's timeline change. They're not out of the woods yet, but they are slowly ascending. Sometimes being aware is what you need, is the last step that you need before you go into your karma and come out on the other side. So congratulations to whatever Taurus is now realizing where they are in the latitude and longitude of their life, and they're wanting to feel completed. So yes, happy restoration to you. We have a 5, a 21, and an 8. 5 plus 8 is, what is that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13. That's death and transformation plus 21. 13 and 21. I'm going to write it down because I don't even feel like doing it. 13 and 21. 4, 3, 4, 34. That's 7. That's complete cycle. So someone is completing a cycle right now. Congratulations, Taurus. You have completed a life cycle where you're realizing exactly where you are in life. You're realizing that right and wrong does extend past very little things. And yes, it is that damn deep. That one thing that you accept can turn into a whole other thing in your life, and it can definitely change your life. Saying yes to certain things will definitely change your life. Saying no to certain things will definitely help your life. Being able to turn around and witness and discern between the people who you need to keep with you and the people that you need to let go is definitely going to play an integral part in your life. Congratulations to your ascension. It might have been not a big timeline leap, but it was a leap nonetheless. Congratulations, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio, Taurus, Gemini, Cuspers. All right, let's keep it going. Now we've got Gemini and Cancer is our last because we started off in Leo. All right, all right, all right. All right, Ten of Pentacles jumped straight out for Gemini. What is that? What is that? And why did you just jump straight out? Public recognition, Five of Pentacles. Someone's out in the cold, Eight of Wands. All right, so as you get public recognition, somebody feels left out of the cold. Somebody feels left out of the opportunity to be in the spotlight with you, Gemini. All right, so we've got a lot of Mercury energy. Okay, just say it out loud, why don't you? Virgo, Taurus, and Sagittarius in this Gemini reading. Take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising. This is a complete family, a family nonetheless. All right, so then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Like I said, this is the public recognition of a lot of people. Not just one person, but a couple of people are feeling left out of the public recognition because they've left themselves out of the cold. They took an opportunity to do so, and you let them do so, and you let them go. So as you took the opportunity to go towards your public recognition, they took the opportunity to be left out of the cold from you. And that is what it is. The number is 10, 5, that's 15 plus 8, 15 plus 8. That's 23 with 5. These are big changes. Changes are coming right along. See, because we went from the 10 of Pentacles, public recognition, abundance. It's great. People are talking positively. Someone's 5. After that's the cut in half. That's you cut yourself out of the circle. You cut yourself out of the public recognition. You cut yourself out of the program, okay? Because you took the opportunity, all these opportunities, and you took those. That other person took the other opportunities, and now we came to this conclusion that you left yourself out in the cold of the public recognition, and that's okay. The other person went towards their greatness because they didn't want to keep letting you destroy their opportunities. Some people say, you know what? I'm never going to be great because they don't want me to be. Some people don't want you to go into the spotlight because they can't go into it with you. So they're going to try to take all the shine off of you and make you a dusty with them. Because how dare you go somewhere where I can't go? Because if you actually take me over there, people are going to find out how much I am not who I think I am. You have to be okay with going into the spotlight and leaving people behind. And you also have to be okay with them making you a villain because you did indeed leave them behind. You also have to be okay with the fact that people are going to start trying to attack you because you didn't bring them with you because they were trying to stagnate you. You have to be okay with that. You also have to be okay with people coming up with all sorts of stories as to how y'all got to that place. All right? Be okay with it. Can you live with it? I can live with it long as you can. You ain't even got to. I'm all right with you not living with it. Hello. 10 of Pentacles out in the cold. Opportunities and opportunity, whether they go up or whether they go down. Nothing from nothing means nothing. You gotta have something if you want to be with me. Hey, and then the High Priestess comes straight on out. No, this is a Two of Swords, which is the balancing of the polarities. I wasn't even looking. I was blindly looking. But it is the balancing of the polarities. Nothing from nothing means something. You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Hey. All right. So let's get over to Cancer. Cancer, 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 Cancer. Console, 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 console. I'm not going to take these cards because this is what just came out like consecutively. Hermit, Four of Pentacles, Chariot, High Priestess. So things are moving fast when it comes to people trying to figure out what's going on. People going into hermit mode. People really starting to keep an eye on their finances. This is what's happening. So we're going to end in Cancer, and this is what it is. You must be nobody, and I don't want to be with you either. I'm not thirsty. You're not a drink of water. If my life depended on somebody wanting to be with me, oh my God, that would be such a cheap life. However, I am not begging to differ, but I do differ. I do differ. Mm. Hater. Cancel, let's go before we get out. Before we get out. I love it when all of the the thirsty ones, the little dry ones, the little haters come to the live, because God said to just get on here and be beautifully me and watch them crash out. And there they are. Because when I'm on other people's pages, what I do notice is that y'all not brave enough to come after them. So we have people that are invested in a bunch of nothing. You'll go down by your own hands, and nobody will come for you. Nobody will reach out for you. Nobody will help you. And only the people that are helping you are only helping you to keep you right where you are. A hater. You faceless bastard. Wheel of Fortune for the Cancer, okay? And we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a 10. Wish fulfillment for someone involved with the Jupiter energy. So no longer in retrograde, coming out of Mercury. Four of Pentacles, someone has definitely got their eyes on the prize. They're looking to get fat and flourishing in hermit mode. So definitely there's a Cancer who has definitely gone into hermit mode with the Capricorn and Virgo energy, and they're going to hone in on some coins because this is what they do. They go into their Wheel of Fortune, they go into their bag of tricks, they get a chain, they get a hold of some pentacles, and they go into hermit mode and start to strategize how to get to the money. This is 10 plus 4, this is 14 plus 9. 14 plus 9. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23, we got back to 5. What is going on with the 5s? We've got back to 5, which means things have to change. So maybe this Cancer is starting to realize that the way in which they make money and the way in which they live has to change. So maybe this will happen while they're in hermit mode. Right now, we're going into from where we're transitioning from Aries to Taurus. So maybe this is their way of grounding. Take what resonates: Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer, Capricorn, and Virgo. A Cancer is the crybaby bully, the Capricorn is the stoic one, and the Virgo is the hidden analytic. Wow. This person is going to definitely be doing some soul searching, might even cry a couple of tears, but hopefully they come out on the other side a bit better than they was when they went in, okay? So remember, the energy was the life path 5. That was a 10 plus a 4 plus a 9. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the 4 of Pentacles. And this is the 9, which is the Hermit. All right, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Don't be the thunder in nobody's light, or else you'll catch some goddamn lightning. All right, have a wonderful one. Don't come for me because someone is to you. Ni hao.